Good evening. I am live with two YouTubers, and this is Isle of Not Near Mint. I am here with my beautiful co-host.
Hello.
Who is actually supposed to be on a trip right now, which is why I'm hosting.
I'm hydroplaning myself into existence over here. That's
Well, I purposely kind of arranged it so that I could host with Rob again, because that's kind of like our thing. But then your trip got canceled. Thank you, COVID. So we're just gonna go ahead and pop everybody else in.
Alrighty. So welcoming on, we got Rob, we got Caroline, we got Kirk. How is it going?
Guys, welcome back.
Hello, puppies.
Yeah, you didn't say it.
Well, that's your thing, not my thing.
Somebody had to.
Right. It is such a privilege and honor to have all of you back for Isle of Not Near Mint. So for some of those viewers, like my brother, hello, brother, who are not familiar with your show, why don't you guys talk to us a little bit about what your show is and when it airs and what it's all about?
Well, I think the person that was on earlier today for Comic Gories would be more than happy to explain what the show is all about.
All right, well, the show Not Near Mint is about a group of comic nerds that get together and share their consensus or disagreements about all things comics.
Summed it up beautifully.
And sometimes we do FMK, which I won't describe exactly what it is because it's adult, but we do it with comic characters.
See, we have this person, we'll call him Alan Moore, who usually appears, oh, damn, I said his name. I mean Miracle Man. He comes on our show, and he's usually the guy to tell us this is TVMA. But luckily, he's not here, so we're going to keep it TVPG, right?
Yeah. Basically.
Well, and he may come in later. We don't know. So he is always welcome to join us at his convenience.
Yeah. Rob sent me a text and he said that I couldn't curse. He was like, that means you, Caroline. He made this statement. He was like, Sharon wants the show to be PG. That means you, Caroline.
Oh, yeah.
Hey, it's my fault. I got the little virgin ears over here.
Sorry. We got it out of our system and and then we were just on with you beforehand and we got it all out and we're so sorry about your virgin ears.
You're gonna mind my P's and Q's.
Dot our I's and cross our T's and jump the shark.
Eyes will be dotted.
Just celebrated your 50th show. Congratulations.
Thank you. Which means 2 more episodes. That'll be a full year. But I can't believe it went more than 10 episodes. And then you came on and Caroline, and the show just kept expanding. And then we had Rena. We had right down here, Mind Shift. We now have Comics in the Mind. That was such a cool thing. And now we have the if you don't have Comics on the Mind, I don't know why you have to.
You're stupid. That's not a bad word. That's PG.
So talk to me about the concept of the show. Why did you create it? I mean, I know that you're into comic books and I know that all of you really share a passion for that. But Rob, what inspired you to create Not Near Mint and where did its name come from?
So something just dropped.
Oh, I hope she comes back. 1 second and then popped away.
Oh, okay.
So I think she'll just be right back.
Oh, she'll be back. Okay, so where the idea came from is that I have heard nonstop from people around me that this person charged me too much. Should I pay this much? Where should I find books? Where do I find books cheap? Where do I hunt? Are there places other than comic shops? And I went, well, these are pretty easy answers. Why don't I do this? I'm watching other people. And then I'm seeing this guy, Silver Age Dave, and he's the one that constructs well, pretty much this kind of stuff. And that's when I noticed the entire comic community, and I wanted to become a part of that immediately.
Where did the name come from? You told him, didn't you? Did you say?
Sometimes worst. I had girlfriends that called me damaged goods. I think Not Near Mint pretty much applies to the last name Worst.
Well, and isn't there somebody called Near Mint Comics?
Is there?
I think there's someone called. Hold on, my cat is being an asshole. There's a joke. I'm not gonna be good at this, but I'm gonna really try.
You're good, Caroline. You're good.
We love you.
I forgot what I was gonna say, so let me just do this cat thing. All right.
Okay. All right.
But
She was
no,
saying
for the
that
name
there's
Not Near
another-
Mint, it was mostly just because it was either going to be the worst report, and then it would mean, why would I name something after myself if I would eventually want to have like a radio show kind of feel? And it just sort of evolved into that. And that's when I just decided to change the whole name of the channel instead of just Rob Worst to Not Near Mint, because it's not my channel. It's all of our channel.
Yeah. So I thought that there was like a Near Mint Comics or something. And like I thought, Rob, your take was like, well, I'm not Near Mint. So, like I thought it was like that. It was funny. But anyways, I think a lot of us have a lot of Not Near Mint comics and we love them just the same.
Yep, I know I do.
I definitely have some beat up ones that are probably some of my favorites. Don't tell my other ones, but
Sometimes low grade's better than no grade.
Very
So
true.
we can see behind Rob, obviously, his passion for comic books. I mean, he's got just an amazing setup there. And
that's
Kirk
just
is
started.
rocking his setup. That's right. And you just moved. So are you all set up? Is that like your new and improved setup, or is it a work in progress?
It's definitely a work in progress. I wish I eventually want to invest in another camera because I have a whole nother Scotty wall over here. Just I would love you guys to see, but can't because this is happening.
He's got up an IG post that he did, and he sits down in front of his Scotty wall, and so you can see like a lot of his comics. It's awesome. Check it out.
Pretty
on IG.
much.
I love that I see two cats, and it's the same cat, but it's like
The magic of cinema, right?
And Caroline, how many comics would you say that you have? And you keep all of yours in boxes, though, right? You don't have any of them out on sexy display.
not sexy display. No, I do have some holders that I can pop them into, and I need to. It's just like right now, I do have slabs. I just haven't gotten to the point to where I've put them up or whatever. I don't have shrines. Maybe that's what's wrong with me, and I need to like make them. But no, I like to keep them in their homes. But also, Miss Kitty. Well, yeah, I could put them on my wall. I just haven't yet. I haven't figured out like what I'm gonna do and with what comics, because you could be cool about it. You could, there's just a lot of things you could do.
Yeah, you can look on Pinterest, and I've looked on
No,
Pinterest before.
Pinterest needs to look on me
You should
Yeah, I'm
create
just
a
looking at
Pinterest page.
ideas.
without knowing what that means. Without knowing the value of a ruble, I'm worth 17,000 rubles.
I would say you're worth way more than that.
I don't know. I just feel like saying absolutely absurd things. I apologize.
Rubles.
I-
Explain rubles to me.
I'm not quite sure. It sounds
I
James
digress.
Bond, though.
Kind of.
Yeah, it does.
I digress.
So you guys get together
We
every week.
digress a lot on our show.
It really should be about digression.
So you guys get together and you share covers, some of the covers that you guys have picked up each week together, but then you also have different tastes and different styles in comics, right? You all have pretty different collections. Is that true?
Yes.
So let's start with you, Caroline. What do you mainly focus on? What is the focal point of your particular collection?
I am like 97% Marvel. I'm just going to say that right now. With with about 1.5% of indie and DC respectively. But I focus on a lot of things, okay? But X-Men is my main thing. X-Men is like where I don't get rid of anything. They stay with me. I'm going to die with them. Avengers, Hulk, Swamp Thing, Miracle Man, or sorry, Mr. Miracle, my bad. There are a lot. I'm into the Defenders. There are just a lot of things. So 17,000 rubles is only like $230. That's about right, though.
Drew, I can't believe you did that math. That is so phenomenal.
That's about how much I go for.
Well,
No,
Lady
I
Fantastic, what
disagree.
he's saying is that you're worth at least like a high grade copy of the first appearance of Defenders and Marvel feature #1.
I think that's exactly what he's saying.
That's a compliment, I guess.
Absolutely. Absolutely.
Yeah.
It's worth a lot more than that.
I can always spin something positive.
So your focus is heavy Marvel. All right.
Well, and Thor, yeah, man. It's heavy Marvel. I agree that's what I do. Like, I'm not DC because DC was never amenable to my tastes as a young person and really hasn't ever been amenable to my taste since. But I'm not into the nitty gritty. It's very street, and also the characters in DC are very stoic and very static and very like, this is your one-dimensional hero. Whereas Marvel, it's like, these are people that are just like you, but they're also dealing with these other problems, but they're fallible and they're going to make big mistakes. And part of those mistakes and part of the humanity of these superheroes is what drives the storyline. And I'm more into that kind of feel. It's just preference.
Plus Jean Grey and you like are the same person, so I totally see that.
I don't do the Jean Grey screams. Oh!
Well, except for the fact that like she's kind of with a turd, so you really need to work on that. You got to kick old Scott to the curb because that's just a hard no.
If I were Jean, I'd be on Team Wolverine, but that's just me.
Oh heck yes, absolutely. I am there with you.
You like short, hairy guys, huh?
That's all the time.
I would take Wolverine any day over Scott Summers. Thank you very much.
Yeah. Hold on. I'm gonna grab something, and I'll show you in just a. I'll be
All
right back.
right. Well, we'll shift over to Kirk really fast. Kirk, what do you collect and why?
I'm definitely all over the place too. I'm like Lady Fantastic. I'm very heavy Marvel, but I have recently been stepping outside my comfort zone and reading more indies and more DC. Like I'm reading like the whole Joker war that's going on right now, and what else? I'm reading a lot of different indie books that I never thought I would be reading. If I haven't been exposed to so many people in the community, But I definitely read like heavy Marvel. Like I'm trying to collect all the first 100 Avengers.
Nice.
One of the really good dude in the community, Dusty Brick Brown, he just AOK'd this Avengers #8 to me, or #9. First Wonder Man. I love Wonder Man. Wonder Man is one of my favorite characters in Marvel. I really wish she would join the MCU, but we can dream one day. But yeah, I definitely collect heavy Marvel. I love this. I'm a sucker for superheroes. If you can't tell from my shirt.
Nice.
Okay, so when you were saying this comic is basically why I would go with Wolverine over. Can you blow me up?
Yes, I can.
I agree.
Oh, I know this cover. This is such a good cover.
I've seen this cover before.
That is straight up fire right there.
That is
You don't see Cyclops do this, and if you do, it's probably with his own mom or his cousin or something. It's probably with Happy.
No. It's a good thing that I don't have my X-Men loosely in a box I could grab, because there's X-Men Genesis or Exogenesis where he's pretty much acting as a step stool. So no. Scott could not do that.
No.
Avengers
Yeah,
are my
that's
sugar
furniture.
daddies. I love Avengers. Yeah. I'm Tacoma, where I'm trying to get is like 100 through basically 257. I want to try to get, I mean, you know what I'm talking about. You know what I'm talking about. All right.
All right. Well, that brings us around to you, Rob. So what do you collect and why?
A little of everything, but I kind of have certain focuses like Thor, going all the way back from Journey into the Mystery, X-Men from 94 on up through the early 300s, and then picking back up from about the Chris Claremont run to today. Unfortunately, there's been a lot of bad runs. Captain America, a lot of Marvel, DC, primarily I have Green Lantern going back from 1972 till today, uninterrupted. Batman since about the late 70s, uninterrupted to today.
Awesome.
Detective from about mid 80s up till today, uninterrupted. Just certain runs I'm always working on, and when I keep seeing all these little nice baubles of first appearances, unless it winds up becoming a character that I want to invest in, I'm probably not going to care much about it. Like Shang-Chi, I don't think I'm going to start trying to get into something that has about 100 plus issues. So there's other characters I'll work on. Then there's JP Collects that says 6 months later, these keys are now worthless. So I've changed focuses many times, and having a platform with a show like this, you can bring people on, we can talk about it, what's has value to us, what has value to you, why we collect, and just community.
Well, and I think that's a big thing about all of our channels is community. Because we all have our individual things going on, but then we all come together into this really amazing and supportive community. And that's why, I mean, even though we don't collect comics, we love this community. So
hey, would you call
121 comics? Yes, that's my collection. Hey, and we're going to do Firefacts really fast. Are you ready, Kate? Okay. So we have a little bit of a different thing for Firefacts. So I'm going to move.
And I will mute.
Let me remove this chair real
You
fast.
need to move the chair.
Yes,
He needs to move the chair, yeah. This is why I always scoot it away for him every time.
Thank you.
Awkward screen time.
Awkwardness. All right. So welcome to BBA 99's Fire Facts. All right. So fact number 1 is that Lady Fantastic was our 4th show for Isle of Science. I got to be a lab professor now. That's pretty cool. All right. And number 2 is that Kirk was our 14th show for Isle of Learning. That was pretty cool. I learned some good stuff. And number 3 is that Rob was our 17th show for Isle of Nihilism, which was actually the first show that Life with Two YouTubers hosted Isle of. So that was pretty cool. So now I'm going to go buy some comics.
Hey, give me some of that money.
No.
He just ran out of the room with a handful of 20s. I'm like, good God, where did you get all that?
Allowance.
So there you go.
That
There we go.
was awesome.
I always look forward to Firefacts every week.
I do too.
He does that. What you guys don't see is he paces back and forth in the kitchen, back and forth, and he just recites them over and over and over.
races.
It's
I
kind
don't
of
know if you guys have been
distracting,
noticing it,
but
there's a slight shadow cast that's been going over my face because he's been
'cause
facing
he
behind
paces
the
back
camera.
he hit 800 subscribers today.
Yay, congratulations.
But we don't want to say it too loud because then a bunch of trolls
People
will unsub.
unsubscribe,
So
yeah.
thank you everybody.
Don't unsubscribe.
He has been busting his hump all summer, so we are super proud of him. Yes, indeed. I know when we had Super Russ on, he had a pivotal moment where comic books kind of moved into his soul per se. Would each of you say that you had that pivotal moment where, you know, you saw that first comic, or, you know, your life kind of changed a little bit because of an experience with a comic book? Did any of you have that moment?
I would say there was a moment to me where I recognized that comic books could be much more than just entertaining stories, that they had very big social statements to make, and that they were much more well thought out than I appreciated. And I think that one of the series that really, really hit me in terms of like, wow, this was a piece of art, this wasn't a book, was The Watchmen by Alan Moore. That really, I mean, it really sang to me. It's about, you know, like a dystopian, Cold War, Thatcher still in power, Nixon still in power. It's weird, you know, superheroes are banned, they're being killed, they don't know what's going on. But the messages and the undertones of things that were going on in society at the time were very strongly reflected in that book in a way that I had never appreciated. And maybe that's a maturity, but that's when it hit me, like, these things can really, really sing to you. And after that, I started finding, you know, more things of that nature, which, to be fair, not many things like that come out very often. I would also say that The God of Thunder is like that as well. It sang to me. It was a gorgeous piece of work. Jason Aaron is a storyteller. And this is coming from somebody who never gave a crap, a fraction of a dookie about Thor. And Jason Aaron turned him into a character that is dynamic, that I can't wait to read about. So that's what comics can do. Right?
How about you, Kirk? As Rob is just rocking all these Thor covers, how about for you? Did
well, I think for me, it's once I'm like all over the place. And I agree with Lady. Like the stories, like sometimes they sing to you, you know, and you get like really, and it goes beyond just a comic book. Like like she said, it's a piece of art. I think for me, it's like the connection you have with certain characters and characters that you find that, you know, aren't just superheroes. They have like human emotions. And I think those things get overlooked. Like for me, like I really relate to Ben Grimm. Like I love Ben Grimm. You know, Fantastic Four, because he's this big monster that people are afraid of, but he's just like another human being. It's like has thoughts, emotions, feelings. He may be this hard. Now he's literally hard. But even before he transformed, he had like this thick skin, mentality until he, made friends with Mr. Fantastic. But he's just like you and me. I think I can relate to him. It's just when you get invested in a character, like I agree with Lady. Like I was not like a fan of Thor, as much as any other collectors out there. But then when I read Jason Aaron, like really changed my mind of writing. Everything I read with him was like gold. And I think like even when he did King Thor, that last piece of Thor before they passed it on to Donny Cates, like he kind of like dropped. It was just 4 books, and he just at the end of the book, he just dropped the mic. Like that's it. This is like how I leave my legacy, and it was a great story. But yeah, I like a story that like really talks to me and I can connect to emotionally. 'Cause I'm an emotional person.
Well, and to be fair, like Thor, God of Thunder, like it wasn't just a good comic run. Like it was on the New York Times bestseller list for a long time.
I didn't know that.
Wow, I had no idea.
And there's a reason for it. The man can tell a story. He really did a great job
Yeah.
threading together that story.
I'll say this, that Gore the God Butcher, when it comes to villains, just to have somebody go, I want to destroy the world because I'm evil, is a boring character. To
Hmm.
create somebody where you feel for the character and then kind of
Yeah.
see their motivations and even kind of root for them, well, you just created a really good villain. I'm
Yeah.
only 10 issues
Yeah.
in, and the whole reason I'm reading this run is because of these two down here. And if I never had them on the show, I might have just gone to get one issue or two issues because of the keys. But I've been a reader much like both of them for the longest time because I kept getting hospitalized and people would be bringing me comics. And I just became known as the kid that was always injured or sick in the hospital. Bring the kid comics, they're cheap. It's the 80s. And it just kept going and going. And here I am, 41, and just hasn't stopped.
Yeah. So
Oh, go ahead, Caroline. I'm sorry.
the great thing about Thor is he says, I'm evil and I want to destroy everything because everything of mine has been destroyed.
Mhm.
And that adds a whole nother dynamic. When a writer can get you to empathize with the bad guy, it's a good writer.
I totally agree.
Yeah, they spent an entire issue just tearing down this poor bastard. Hey, that's PG. And after they tore this guy down, that's when all of a sudden he gets this almost Green Lantern-like power, but much darker and much worse. And you're like, yeah. Oh wait, yeah, he's the bad guy. Oh.
He's killing everybody.
And it's good. I'm only 10 issues in, but I am so thankful that I started because it's all about reading in the end for me.
Yeah.
At least.
Which leads into my next question. Of your collection,
No, I was gonna ask you the same question.
what?
What started you getting into reading comic books? Because you were a huge comic book fan when you were little.
Oh, my brother.
So
Yeah.
What did it for you though? Which comic like made it? Because you were also the kid who would climb trees and read comics from trees.
That's awesome.
Spider-Man. My brother got me into Spider-Man. Yeah. But the show isn't about me. It's about them. Yeah.
Hey, I'm
about you.
I ambush you just as much as you ambush me.
How much of your collections have you read? Because I know that some people have 30,000 comic books and they've read 10. So all of you have said that you're readers. How much of your collections have you like actually read?
All right, I'm just going to say I have about 3,000 comics. I've maybe read about 20%. I'm just going to be honest. I mean, you know, 10% of 3,000 is 300, right? Is that right? That should be right, right?
Sounds
I
legit.
don't know. I'm bad.
Yes, that's 1/10. So I probably read about 600 of the books in that 3,000. But
That's a
the ones
lot.
that I've read are like the X-Men's, with the majority of them being like the X-Men's, some DC's. But no, yeah, 600. So have I read? No, yeah, I'm going to be honest, probably about 20%.
So you have those other 2,000 comics because they're pretty?
No. I have them because I know about the characters. I know about the storyline.
Mhm.
I am going to get to them at some point. It's just, as a collector and an individual that knows how intertwined certain characters of the Marvel Universe are, there are certain things that, because I like one group, I necessarily have some emotional attachment invested in another. And it's just about the outer circle of characters and things. And so while I might not have started reading Defenders now, that doesn't mean that I'm never not going to, because I have to read them. But I'm one of those anal retentive people where it's like, I must have all of them in this order before I commit to reading it, because I can't stand having like I don't have Marvel Feature 1 and 2. When I get that, I'll have 1 through 3, and then I'll have like 1 through, well, I have I need to get number 4 too. So there's just like a lot of, if you're OCD, there's just things you got to get your holes filled in. Once you get those holes filled in, then it's all right. Got to fill the holes.
It's really hard to read a series if you have issues 1, 2, 3, 5, 7, 9, 12. You can't read it. You have to wait.
Yeah. So that's part of the reason why, like X-Men, I can read all of that. You know why? Because I don't have a gap in like a huge, but I did that for a reason. They're my favorite. I prioritize them first. And that's why I get the runs the quickest and I could read it. Same goes with Peter David Hulk. I pieced it together the quickest so I can read it. Same goes for, the Avengers in, I would say, the 180s through, I would say, probably like 257. Now, I have probably Avengers in the 100s, but I don't want to read the Kree-Skrull War. Well, I have the 2-part thing, but it's like, I don't want to read it until I have them all. I can sit there and just read the whole Kree-Skrull War with the original comics, like.
And some are easier to get than others. Some you find in the wild, and some you're like, am I really going to pay that on eBay?
Yeah, and I have bought for art. Bill Sienkiewicz, straight down, like, you know, he when he puts pencil to paper, I don't care who it is. Like, I have a DC Trinity with like Batman, Wonder Woman, and Superman. I don't really care about them. Not really. Don't hate me for it. But if Bill Sienkiewicz does art on it, I care about it a lot. You know, so part of it is also the medium and the artist's talent themselves. G-Man knows about rabbit holes. Dude, G-Man, he's like the horror Golden Age guy. He's got his, he's definitely one. He's a Silver Surfer dude too.
Yeah, his collection is awesome.
Yes.
So, Kirk, how about you? How much of your collection have you read?
I definitely haven't read all of it. I don't know the exact number of books that I have. If I had like everything in CLZ like Rob, then that would be a problem. But
I do it too.
I know, I need to. But it really depends. Like certain series, and I personally don't mind reading out of like order, because when I first started collecting, I was just buying books to for a class, a comic book class that I was teaching, to little kids. And, I started reading just, issue number 17, number 23, just random issues. So I don't, it's good to fill up the holes, certain books that like Moon Knight, first series of Moon Knight, I haven't read them all because I want to fill them all up and then read them all, Certain books I've I've breezed through and just like kind of skim through them and look at them, but like, there's there's certain ones that like kind of have to have them all, like the Brood War, like the Brood Saga and X-Men. I've read some of them, but I want to finish the whole thing so I can read it all. But most of my modern day books that I've been collecting now, I've read them all. It just really depends on like what your preference is. And some books, they are it's just because I like those certain characters that I have them. I haven't read all my Hulk books, but I collect them because I like the Hulk. I like this character.
Well, and I think sometimes life just gets in the way and you don't have enough time to read everything.
That's true. Very much so.
I mean, I know you're incredibly busy with everything going on. So it's like, oh my gosh, how in the world do you find the time to read all that, Yeah. So how about you, Rob?
So me, I'm mostly a reader. I only really started trying to do the collecting thing in the last several years. And that was mostly because of this guy, Aaron Myers, on Twitter. He's also on Instagram. But right now, since court stuff kind of lessened up, I'm just trying to fill in holes of books that I'm reading right now. Like Moon Knight from the first volume. I just need 2, 6, and 23, the max. From the 90s. It had that old animated series. I'm only missing 28, 29, 31 through 35. It's stuff like that I'm looking for. While it would be nice to get a Hulk 181, it's not realistic right now. And considering we don't know what the world's going to look like next month or the month after that, I'm not really focused on getting all these big books. I'm looking to read. But I am not fully read up on everything. It's kind of a running joke on my show. The Flash, since they rebooted it, they went through about 89 issues, and then they started it at 750. Now they're at 759. I haven't read almost any of it because you just get backlogged. And yeah, you get busy with work and life and everything else. Have a sick father, have a sick cat, having to run around and doing other things for other people. You might have 10 minutes here, 5 minutes there, and you want to get invested in a book, but it's not always easy.
Yeah.
Not as much as it used to.
Even when I'm doing like Uber Eats on my bike, like I'll put like 2 or 3 books in my bag. So when there's like a period where I'm not getting any calls, like I'm trying to read, and so you fit it in when you have time.
Well, and also, man, I can get down these rabbit holes where you're finding like little like Whitman variants or newsstands or DC Universe logo variants, like little things like that, where as a collector, part of it is a high. You do get an adrenaline rush, and it's the hunt.
Very true.
So it's that thrill of the hunt and being able to find these things that are rarer, that are novelties. Something about that is very fulfilling. And
Like finding something like this in the wild. A second print where you have to be able to tell the indicia with the newsstand, the sunburst of the adventure begins, is the difference between a $1 comic and like a $200 comic. Just because you have the eye. Most of this is art history, and if you pay attention enough and you're hunting in the wild and you're at a flea market, you're like Lady Fantastic, you know how to go, well, this one actually is really a quarter, but oh my God, this one's a $30 book.
She's the master. Like, Caroline, you are the master. I'm telling you what, you find the coolest stuff.
I like sniffing it out, man. Well, it's just about, do you have the time? Do you have the patience? Do you want to? So I'm a sifter. I will sit there and burrow, but the thing is it gets a lot of nervous energy out of me, like, because like I said, it's like my mind works catastrophically. All these things that are going on in the world, I get stressed out, and like sometimes I just need to get like in front of some comic bins and dig and divert my attention and energy towards any bit of random useless comic information that I can, because I find it very peaceful.
It's our happy place.
It is a very happy place.
Yeah.
So yeah, that's kind of my thing. And it is a nostalgia. And there is something to be said about holding on to books and paper, especially in an ever increasing age of digital. This is not. And I love that.
I do too. And the older the book, though, you can just smell it. And it smells like old age, and it's just like it's so awesome.
Yeah.
And as Perry once said, you can't smell digital.
You can't.
That's true.
Yeah.
Very true. Yes, indeed. So where do you guys see your show going from here? I mean, we've hit that milestone of 50. You're coming up on a year. Do you have any plans of evolution? Are you going to stick with what you're doing? Where do you guys see yourselves going?
Like anything else, it just depends on how much time any of us can put into any of this. I'm thankful that Caroline, Kirk, Lady Fantastic, Mindshift, aka you know who he is, depending on how much time we can ever get during the course of our chaotic lives right now, I'm happy to put any of it towards the show. We didn't have an opening for the show until COVID. I didn't get stuff put into my CLZ until COVID. So now we had time here and there. So there's jump starts. We've had some creators on. I don't want any of the major ones because I don't want to have some casual racism dropped where I might have to delete the whole episode. So I like our small community, and I'm good seeing it grow, but I'd be careful seeing it go to 10,000 where we just say one wrong thing and all of a sudden, oh no, I'm getting hate mail and people outside of my window.
Yeah. And you just said Perry's name, and he just hopped into the
I
show.
know, that's why I was laughing. He has arrived.
Lobo. Okay, it's like Beetlejuice.
Yeah, I honestly, it's a way like, dude, these are social connections that we have found with other people across the nation where we care about the same stuff and we can talk about it and we can complain about our lives and then we can go back to the books and we can talk crap about that. I mean, it's a knitting circle.
Yeah.
It is a nerd knitting circle that I am in love with, and I will crochet with these itches for the rest of my life. If I, like, they're my buddies, dude. I don't, that's what we do. We talk books and we talk crap, and we're the better for it, I think, because we have each other as a sense of social support, which is important. It's really
Especially
important.
right now.
Oh,
Yes.
of course, I agree. And I think we all share a lot of the same value system when it comes to community, and community is very important to us. That's one thing. Even when I was just like a lurker, and I was new to YouTube, or I would come to Rob's show and watch it, and just be lurking and not even saying anything. And I was like, I like what he talks about. Like, he's cool.
I am not cool with the last name of Worst. I realized real quick I will never be cool. But if other people think so, hey, that's great. I'm okay with it.
Rob, you're so cool. You're
You are
so
cool,
cool.
dude. Yeah.
Well, and I don't know what I would do without you, Kirk, because you're my gardening expert. I'm always sending you pictures. Oh my God, Kirk, my corn is curling. What's wrong with my corn? I don't know. It just, again, bringing us all together in ways that it's you never would have imagined before.
Well,
So
I always tell people, comic books was just it was just the conversation starter for a lot of us. We connected on a higher level than just comic books.
absolutely.
These
Yeah,
things, yeah,
Mhm.
because they can evolve into much deeper conversations, and
Yeah.
you find your tribe. I think I found a tribe, and that's really all anybody wants. It's all we want,
Absolutely.
So just
To find a connection. And that's the community, really, by and large.
It is.
Yep.
It is. Yep.
Yeah.
When Caroline and I can get on and duke it out and have tons of fun, and and it's awesome. And yeah, absolutely.
Man, I watched it back. I thought it was pretty funny with Arena's voter suppression. That one, I was like,
She was so mad. Oh
I
my
was
God,
raving
she
about
was
that for
so
a half
mad.
hour.
Oh, dude, yeah. She was like, one vote. Thanks, Kenny, if you're still in the chat, by the way. But yeah, no, she was she
I'm
wasn't
still
happy.
not exactly happy about that.
it's
Oh,
all in good fun. And you need to go on there for more, Sharon, for real. Maybe I just need to send you a pack of more books. You need to go on there. I want to see you beat some dudes, make them cry.
well, I thought it was epic that I went up against you with your own
Have
books.
something
Even
coming
Jake
your way, too.
commented on it. Yeah.
Sweet.
Yeah. See, I see you. I see you.
Oh, hey, Kenny, man. Dude, the thing with Biggie was, it was so good. You don't ever see that man without words. Did you know what I'm talking about, Sharon?
No,
what
I
the-
haven't seen it. No.
But
I've
do you
seen
know?
everybody talking about it though.
But do you know what it is?
No.
Okay, so people got together and got Biggie Shack. I think it was a Hulk #4, and they got it graded, and they raised the money for it in less than 8 hours, and then they got Biggie Shack. They got him to come on there and be like, "Hey, just do this unboxing," and so he did, But then there was this other thing, and it was wrapped up in green bubble wrap. Hint, hint, wink, wink, and he opened it. This dude.
Did he cry?
He did the thing where he did the stop cam so you couldn't see his face,
Oh.
and then he came back and he wasn't saying any words, and then he put out his cigarette and he's just looking, and he wants to go he went to light a cigarette back up and put it in the wrong way, he was just blown away. He was. It was
That's
like
amazing because he's cool as a cucumber, you know.
Oh no. There was emotions. There was emotions.
I'm gonna have to go check it out.
Yeah, it was really
gotta
good.
see that.
It's on Kenny's. It's on Comic Cat 84's channel.
I'll go check it out after
It's
the
Mega
show.
Power Hour. Mega Power Hour from last night.
Oh,
Man, it was so good.
Oh,
Yeah.
feels
The feels are real.
right. Oh my
Yeah.
gosh.
But I mean, like, I think they said, hey, Biggie, look, we've seen you put up your list of the things you want to knock out, and, we wanted to do something for you, and so we wanted to help you get this Hulk, and there you go. And he, like, pretty much just crapped himself and was really, really happy. And I mean, that's all you can want. It was great. It was like Christmas watching that kid.
And the community came together and did something similar for us.
For
It
us.
wasn't a comic
Oh,
book.
Hulk 2. I'm sorry. Hulk 2, not
Oh,
Hulk 4.
gotcha. But that's the thing about this community is it's there's zero hesitation, and they're like, oh, you need something, let us help you with that.
Yeah.
It's incredible. It really is. Yeah.
That's what you need to do, just like everyone. Let's just, okay, all right, United States, so we're going to be a comic community now, and then shit will be fine, right?
There you go. Right.
But that's what I like about this community, because we're an example for how communities really need to work together as a unit.
I mean, pro-social behavior, altruistic behavior is actually helpful. I mean, you do benefit from it, even though it's like you act like you're not getting anything returned, but you are. You are. It's good. To give to others is good. Just trust me. Now I'm gonna need some stuff. No, I'm just kidding.
It's kind of like when people ask me, what do you watch? Some people would go, well, I watch Stargirl and I watch Arrow. I go, well, I watch Lady Fantastic and I watch Comics on the Mind and I watch Life with Two YouTubers and Comic Cat 84. And the boy who had 7 is like, what the hell are you naming? Oh, YouTubers. What? Yeah, YouTubers. That's
I
they
don't
know
watch
who I am.
TV at all.
They know me.
I'm on all the time, just trying to keep up with everybody's content. Yeah. Which is tough because everybody has such good content. Heck, I just entered Caroline's contest, Caroline, 2 or 3 days ago?
Yeah.
I mean, I've been meaning for weeks to enter it. And I was like, oh my gosh, I've got to get my haiku up there.
I need to mention that. Yeah, thanks. So everybody, I have a video up. You need to go look back in the videos, but it says 500 sub contest. And I'm basically giving away crap books, not crap, but I want you to write a haiku. And it just shows like you have to work for it with me. You got to write a haiku. I want to see your talent.
And some of them are hilarious. Oh my gosh, because they're in the chat and oh my gosh. Some of the stuff people have come up with is just amazing.
It was great. There are so many good ones. There's so many good ones. It's going to be hard to choose, man.
It is going to be hard. Like, I loved Unruly's. I laughed out loud with his.
Silver Surfer farting. It's ridiculous.
Real quick, I wanted to shout out Elizabeth Mazak. She wound up helping out with the channel just by saying, yeah, we're doing this little thing where with the people in the pop community, we're going to have like 6 people shout out some channels. And I went, yeah, okay, thinking I had no idea what she even asked me. And then all of a sudden I start seeing from this guy, Crazy Clown, who I just discovered, part of the pop community. He started sending people out, okay, you can join part of this contest if you go to this channel. So all these people started showing up on Not Near Mint channel. I'm like, have you ever heard of these people? I'm like, no. You? No. So I guess joining up with people in the pop community to shout out one another. We support one another, and that's very beneficial.
Is she Geeky Mama?
Yes, Geeky Mama Bear.
I actually just started watching her.
Are they
She's
one the same?
super entertaining.
No. I think there's Mama J.
They're both cool. Mama
And
J.
then- And then there's Elizabeth Mizak. I'm not sure. I don't think they're the same, but I could be. But
Elizabeth is pretty cool.
because Elizabeth Mizak has a distinct IG handle as well as Geeky Mama Bear.
Yeah, yes, that's who I'm talking about. Geeky Mama Bear. Mhm.
Yeah.
Yeah,
Yeah.
the glasses, right? The red glasses.
I don't know.
I don't
Oh,
know
but
what they
her
look like.
pop collection is mind blowing. I mean, when she sits in front of that wall, I'm just like, oh my gosh. And I had no idea that they make giant pops and teeny weeny little tiny
Yeah,
pops.
yeah. I got one right here.
Yeah.
Yeah, see,
Yeah, the Ben Grimm.
exactly.
Yeah.
We have a friend, Ethan. He was on my channel as a guest appearance, and he shared all of his flash pops. Oh, that's so cool. It's huge. But her pops are like mind-boggling. Cool.
Dude.
Always been, dude.
What is that?
You,
Oh, yeah.
Gosh.
If I see one more snake on this plane,
Hey, I love
have
that.
any of you actually seen that movie?
I have.
Yeah.
I saw it in theaters when it came out. It got so people talk so much mess about that movie, but it was hilarious.
it's great, dude.
I
It's
love it.
great.
I might watch it tonight.
Dude, Snakes on a Plane is great.
I have never
I've
seen
never
it, but
seen
I've
it.
heard about it.
It's
Oh my God.
hilarious.
Gotta watch it.
It's so good.
But
It's
yes, it definitely
hilarious.
looks like a headshot of Sam Jackson.
Is it kind of along the same vein as Arachnophobia? Kind of like it's
Oh, that was a
horror
great
slash
movie too.
comedy?
No, I think, I think
Arachnophobia was pretty decent. This one's campier, I think.
I see.
Arachnophobia-
Got you.
I mean,
Yeah.
it's pretty campy, but it's amazing.
Yeah.
Well,
Is
anything
it
with
as
Sammy
campy
Jane
as
is
getting
amazing.
Sam Jackson getting eaten by a shark right after he says, "We gotta stay alive, mother." Yeah.
Another movie I saw on theaters too. That was great.
Lucy.
Oh, Kenny just found my haiku.
Oh, hey, Kenny, you better enter some. I want to see some haikus, buddy. Talking to you.
I love it.
There's some really funny ones, dude, and there's some really
There
good ones. Yeah.
There are, yeah. I don't know how you're gonna pick. Well, because you said you were gonna pick your favorite and then you were gonna draw one, right?
Yeah. So, and Kenny, you can do up to two. But yeah, so I'm gonna pick one, and then I'll give them the choice between a slab or a fat stack of comics, and then I'm gonna go and I'll draw one just from everybody who entered. They get one entry per haiku, and then they'll get to pick whatever doesn't get. They'll get the other thing.
I
Real
guess I didn't
quick,
really
Rock
think it was
City,
you.
message me. I don't have your address and have a giant box of Star Wars here for you. You
Oh.
never gave me your address. I need that.
Dun, dun, dun.
Okay. What were you saying, Sharon?
I didn't know we could enter twice, so now I can come up with another bad Batman haiku.
Did you not? Did you only enter one haiku?
I only entered the one. Yes.
You need to do
Yeah.
give it the deuce.
I guess I do. Yes. Thank you for pointing that out. Yes. Well,
Gotta give it the
so
deuce.
we are hitting the hour mark almost. So let's swing it back around because wow, did we ever digress so much? I'm so sorry, you guys.
Welcome to our show. This is our format.
Basically, you're getting sucked
John
in.
Yeah, it really is. Yeah. So let's swing it back around to you guys and not near Mint. What are your final thoughts and feelings?
What's coming up in your guys' channels?
Well, yeah, I mean, we kind of
Okay,
already
so-
talked about the future of it, but yeah. You know what? I'm going to lean back and let the host take over.
You're the host.
You know,
this
you're-
is why I'm over here. I'm in the corner with the Sacred Batman picture in the corner. You're the one in front of the curtain.
I did get a cool new
Well,
Batman.
the guy that's not here.
Yeah.
Well, the guy that's not here. The episode's name is going to be Not Near Mint, episode 51. What's in Batman's bookcase? We're going to be having a guest star, which is one of the other writers of Batman's bookcase, which is a website where you get to find out origins, little cool facts from histories of some of your favorite characters, some niche characters. You know how Miracle Man, Alan Moore, sorry, not Alan Moore, Miracle Man is. And tune in on Wednesday, every Wednesday, 10 p.m. Eastern time. That's when we do our shows. And we don't really do more than that, just once a week.
All I have to say is I want you to come to my channel to write a haiku.
Write a haiku on her channel.
500 subs video. Write me a haiku. I need to see your talent, and you can watch haul videos too. Other than
Congratulations.
that, I got nothing.
500, by the way.
Yeah.
I mean, that is so epic. And
Thank
you
you.
deserve it, and many, many more.
Yeah, I appreciate it.
How about you,
Oh,
Kurt?
and your Instagram is Caro.
Caro _ syrup 84. So I'm going to put that in the what you who's it, and then everybody will know how to stalk me.
Nice. Thank you, Joe.
And Kirk, you can be found where on Instagram?
You can find me on Instagram as mind with a Y _shift. Or you can find me here, comments on the mind. But yeah, I can't wait to until we reach that next month 100. Where will we be at 100? I just can't wait to have great more conversations with everybody in the community, honestly. So that's kind of what I look forward to, is just conversating with these awesome people and whoever comes to our shows, honestly. That's what I just look forward to that Wednesday, like, yes, it's here. Let's
It's
talk.
so fun showing each other stuff and just talking about. We're just like kids, dude.
It's basically a radio show where we can see one another and we just shoot this stuff, not the other word,
Thank you.
and like having fun, talking, joking, see what we each think is going to happen in the future with some of these stories. A little bit of speculation, but ultimately it's about the story, the older issues, things that we didn't know about, things we just discovered. And whenever Miracle Man's on, we get to learn a lot. Whenever Caroline's on, we get to learn a lot. Whenever Mind Shift's on, we get to learn a lot. When I'm on, I'm sorry, you just lost about 10, 20% IQ.
Oh my gosh, that's not true.
Boss
Oh my gosh.
lies.
Totally lies. I concur. Yes.
Mhm. Well, I had a lot of fun. I'm very appreciative that you had us on, and I've been happy to see how much your channel and like Rena and how Cade has grown and stuff. I mean, you're a mama bear and you protect your little nuggets and you make sure you just want to see them do well, and they are. And so I'm very proud of you and your babies.
Thank
You're
you.
cool.
I'm very lucky.
You're definitely a great
Ending in
mother.
more bookstores and can't wait for the sequel. Oh,
Thank
and
you.
where can we find you guys?
Well, I mean, we're actually tomorrow building Rena a brand new website. So we'll be launching that soon.
Ooh.
Kate and Rena just launched a brand new YouTube channel with Kate and Charlie and Nathaniel, and they are going to be having a live event when?
That is going to be this coming Tuesday, August 11th. We're going on pretty early. I think it's 3:30 Pacific time. It's 4:30 Mountain time. So the first show is just kind of like our pilot for everybody to meet the kids in the community, although technically I don't count. We're gonna have the chat vote on what our channel logo picture should be.
Yep.
So everybody's drawn their own logo concept art, and we're going to be voting on that. And then the rest of the stream is just going to be kind of hanging out with the community and doodling and stuff like that.
Well, and they're going to have like different events. They're going to do challenges with each other, just fun community events, interactive with the chat. We'll see what happens, but we're super excited to be doing this team up with Kate and Charlie and Nathaniel. They're such awesome people, and we're really, really honored and excited to start a project with them. So that's going to be super fun.
Way to go.
So,
Yeah, sounds awesome.
Yeah, it's going to be super fun. Nathaniel, if you guys aren't following him on Instagram, he has his own podcast. We had him on last week on our show. Yeah.
The Dungeon Talk.
The Dungeon Talk. You got
Yeah,
it.
it's really great.
And his dad just uploaded all of those onto his YouTube channel, so you guys can check out all of those. And I've listened to a couple, and I'm not a D&D girl, but I have to say they're really interesting. He's
really smart. He's very well versed in the
Yes.
vernacular.
Yeah, and you just get drawn in with what he's saying and his passion. He's just so passionate. So we're really, really excited about that too.
Yeah.
So, yeah.
Well, have
So,
fun.
Thank you so much, guys, for being on our show. Thank you for sharing Not Near Mint with us. We have enjoyed every moment.
Of course.
Thanks.
Anytime.
So are we gonna get to say it all at the same time, or are we gonna kind of get cut short as we go? See y'all later. At least I got it in.
The end,
somewhere,
the end,
yes.
yes. So, all right. Are you ready, Rena?
I believe so.
Okay.
Thank you,
Yum, yum.
everybody who
Yum.
came. And thank you to our lovely panel tonight. And as always, we will see you all
Later.
There's always the